Hello and welcome to Good Art the Podcast, episode number 11. Today's episode features an interview with Mike Hickey, better known as Major Entertainer, the professional opening act based in Los Angeles. We discuss his album Mike, which was released in September, and some collaborations with people like Damon Packard and a tour that may or may not be happening now, starting in May, with Neil Hamburger. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. I certainly did. I did this one a little differently. I peppered in some of his music along with the interview. Enjoy. Great. Yeah, you asked me the other day how I had first become familiar with the professional opening act that is the Major Entertainer, and I remembered it was a Webavision episode that you had guest hosted and had Greg Turkington on.
Okay.
And I've spent the last 2 days trying to find that on YouTube now, where I had found it previously, and I think there's only about a 1-minute clip of you guys like shitting on Alice Cooper now left of it.
Right. Well, it was actually Greg was the one shitting on Alice Cooper, but yeah.
Oh yeah. You like Alice Cooper? Yeah, I do remember that from the interview.
Yeah. No. Tom Green removed most of the episodes of that entirely. Not just mine. He just, it's his channel, and, he just works with it. So it's gone. You're not crazy. It's not there anymore.
What are you up to this evening, besides this?
Well, I depends. I'm probably going to head to the post office and mail some records out that are packed and ready to go by the door. I was trying to do it before you called me, but it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is Mike your first full big record?
Yeah, it is. It's the first Major Entertainer 12-inch. Before that, there was a Major Entertainer 7-inch, and before that, there was Major Entertainer nothing. With my bands.
Yeah, was it T-shirts for sale, and that was your 7-inch, right?
Yeah, the T-shirts for sale opening act 7-inch.
So, describe your music. What is it?
You describe it, man.
Me?
I already made it.
Yeah.
I made it.
Okay.
I don't have to describe it. The music is the description.
All right. I like that. I kind of think of it as it's like a neighbor of the Residents.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I go.
Interesting.
Like, you guys live in the same neighborhood. Maybe at one point they sort of bullied you or made fun of you, and you're like, no, I'll get you back. I'm going to get you guys.
Nice. I like that. I'm definitely a fan of the Residents concepts. That's for sure. But I will say they had no real musical influence on me, but I think that they're fascinating in what they did, when they did it, how they did it,
Right, yeah. Yeah, quite an inventive, interesting group of guys there. And the professional opening act, is that what is that moniker?
Well, that's I guess that's sort of my calling card. As a professional opening act, I am always on time, prepared, and I can literally adapt to any situation that the circumstances call for. If it's a comedy club with a 2-inch stage in the corner, no lights and no sound, I can put on a show. If it's in a concert hall with giant LED lights and smoke machines and a huge PA, I can also put on a show, and I can just adapt to whatever the situation calls for in the name of entertaining a crowd who came to see somebody other than myself.
That's quite a textbook definition of professional, I would say.
Absolutely. Textbook. Got to stick to the script. Got to do it by the books.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if I wrote the book. Why wouldn't I?
Right, yeah.
A bit of an expert in the field, if I do say so myself.
Right, yeah. PhD in professional opening act. So I was listening.
PhD in entertainment.
So I was listening to Mike today, and I think I've decided that the Henenlotter song, the Movies I Like, I think that's my favorite track on that album.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, approved.
Yeah, approved. I mean, there are no wrong answers in that case. But yeah, no, that song. I'm glad that you like it. Yeah, that's obviously it's a true story. It's the way I feel, and if you're honest with yourself and your audience, you really can't go wrong.
It was great policy. Really a great policy. What was it like being in Fatal Pulse? What was it like working with Damon Packard?
Okay, well, so I was, as you were, a longtime fan of his. I saw Reflections of Evil, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago, and it just really, 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 really hit me hard. I loved the thing as just a piece of incredible art. I mean, it was hilarious without being comedy, and it was completely menacing and had this sort of, it just had this feeling of paranoia running through it, and in a way that I'd never really seen. A movie, there are no other movies like that, as you know, and I was just, yep, this is crazy in the best possible way. So yeah, I was just a huge fan of it. And then, I got into a lot of his other movies and, found things to love in pretty much all of them. And then when I moved to LA 10 years ago, we got together a few times, and I guess we hit it off. And just one night, my wife, me, and Damon were hanging out, and we just kind of, quote unquote, as a joke, started filming a fake movie in the yuppie fear thriller genre. Mm-hmm. 90s, young, rich people, Venetian blinds and blue lights. We just started doing this just kind of, I don't even know what, as an experiment, as a gag, as a Facebook prank. And 4 years later, we had a 2-hour movie on our hands that, we would shoot a few days and then nothing for 6 months, and then shoot a week and then nothing for months. And so what was it like to be in it? I mean, at the time you're doing it, you're not even really aware that you're in anything, until you see the finished movie. And, I mean, over the 4 years, I was doubting, is this going in? Will this ever be completed? I mean, I was pretty much resigned to the fact that it wouldn't be. And, then when it got finished, he was sending me scenes and different cuts for, notes and ideas. And I just think what he did with it was just amazing. And, the reaction to it has been so good. It kind of blows my mind, because this is not an easy movie to digest. There's a lot going on. It's obviously it's non-linear. And then if you look at it in another way, it's kind of perfectly linear. It's asking a lot of the audience, I guess. A 2-hour movie filmed with no budget. I don't know. But like I say, I'm happy that it's resonating with people, and a lot of people are that I'm hearing, kind of holding it up with as a companion piece to Reflections of Evil, which I think is, that's nice to hear, because that's the thing that kind of got me involved in the first place. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So you're going on tour in May, right?
I should have a list in front of me, but I'm just kind of pacing around my neighborhood right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I have tons of shows coming up this year, like tons and tons. So I've got the tour that you're talking about, and I've got more before that and more after it. So lots going on. Don't think I'm hitting your town though, which is
it seems like you're
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you're buzzing around Pittsburgh, but not coming.
I really wanted. I mean, we talked about doing Pittsburgh on one of these runs. It just didn't come to be, and that's a shame, because I always love going to the Monroeville Mall when in Pittsburgh, which I haven't been to in like 12 years.
Who are you? Are you touring with Neil again? Like with Greg?
Yeah. Neil Hamburger, Major Entertainer, are really hitting the road hard this year and doing a lot of shows. We both got these new records to promote and to work with, and yeah, man, got to do it.
That's exciting. I mean, you're coming close enough to me that I'll probably make it out to one of them at least. DC could probably make a nice weekend of that.
Oh yeah, there you go. Go pay your respects to the White House.
Indeed. So what else? I was trying to wing this one. Oh yeah, John Kilduff. You worked with him a couple times. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of him. We've done several shows where we perform on the same bills together. We've actually done some collaboration shows where he's painting while I'm providing a live sort of soundtrack to it. Yeah, he's amazing. Have you ever seen his live show?
No, I first contacted him in about 2008 when I really wanted to get him out here, when I sort of first became aware of him, and no, I've never managed to. I know I need to.
Yeah, there's just nothing else like it. There's just nothing else like a live show by Mr. Let's Paint in all of entertainment. So that's pretty amazing.
Where did you get your start from? Like, when did you start making weird music?
All through the 90s. Starting in probably around 1991 or 1992 in my hometown of Ottawa, Canada. My friends and I, we started these bands, and all through the 90s, it was just all about doing these bands. The band called Rebo Band, and a band called Brandon Walsh, which was just like completely insane. I can't believe that those people who were such good friends of mine and such good players, I just can't believe we all met each other and did this in the government town of Ottawa, Canada. But anyways, so yeah, through the 90s was just kind of like just doing crazy bands. And then at around 1999, the drummer for Brandon Walsh, Lee Newton, and we sort of started working on probably our most ambitious project called Daiquiri. And we did, we did 4 or 5 CDs, and we toured outside of our town and all, through a lot of the United States. And, we did that all through the 2000s. And Lee and I still work together. He makes a lot of the beats and the music for Major Entertainer. And, yeah, man, I hope that's a sufficient answer.
It is, yeah. And what got you into the like pedals and things in a suitcase? It seems very like noise world. Were you kind of interested in that, or is that where you sort of come from, or?
No, yeah, I was interested in that stuff in the '90s. I was just always curious about, um, you know, unusual sounds and kind of abstract ideas in music. And I was exploring that stuff like pretty hard back then. Really, just looking into it, seeing what I liked, seeing what I didn't like, and even in those bands, we were always incorporating like other things than drums and bass and guitar. Like we would just bring up like, broken turntables and cassette players on stage and just run them through delay pedals and through the PA. And I mean, it just became part of the sound. And, I never really, I mean, even then I would not really sit down and listen to entire noise albums, but I like incorporating those sounds into actual songs, and, also back then, a lot of how these sounds were made were a complete mystery to me, other than, just grinding things through a distortion pedal, which gets really old really fast, and it's not very interesting when it's just the same thing over and over. And so, now I'm like older and, have more money and means to do research. So, I carefully research a lot of, these sort of sound making machines and synthesizers. And, I pick up a piece or two every year that I think I can sort of use within my songs and, just to kind of accentuate them and keep me interested, honestly. It keeps me interested.
Right.
And I love what you can do with those things, like in the studio. Like producing that stuff is just so fun to me. And I'm actually going to be doing a lot more stuff in that vein over the next year. I've kind of got like kind of a plan for the next year, and I'm going to try and see it through.
Nice.
Can't really say what the plan is because the minute that I speak it, it will deflate the need to complete it, if that makes sense.
It does. I actually I sort of live by that exact same rule. It's like, I have this idea, but I'm not telling you because then I won't do it.
Right. I mean, telling you is practically. It's like, okay, well, I just told you the idea. I guess it's out of the bag. I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm also working on. I've got tons of new songs since the Mike EP that are getting ready to be demoed and recorded, and I got to keep this thing going forward.
Great.
Yeah. I just got to keep. Like I say, it's kind of about keeping myself interested. The same ideas, once you've repeated them too many times, become very boring, at least to me.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that with playing your songs? Do you get bored of those?
Do I get bored of playing them?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, yeah. And then when that happens, I just generally drop them from the set. And because if I'm not feeling it, the audience isn't going to feel it. And I've seen evidence of that. I can't really sell something that I don't believe in, and when I'm doing a show, I'm kind of selling the songs. And if I'm bored of the song, I can't sell it. So, yeah, that happens all the time, which is why I need to keep writing new things that are, interesting to me and hopefully interesting to the audience.
Yeah, totally.
It's like I'm cutting down a tree, but I'm planting a new one.
Mm-hmm. So we have top secret work. We have a huge tour coming up that is also partially secret because we can't name it right now.
It's not secret at all. It's all listed on Neil Hamburger's website, America's Funny Man, and it's also listed on my Bandcamp page, which is kind of, I guess, my home page. All tour dates are listed on there. And yeah, like you said, we got DC, we've got Cleveland, we've got Eau Claire, Wisconsin, we've got Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we've got Chicago, Illinois, we've got Minneapolis, St. Paul, we've got
Detroit.
Detroit. We've got all kinds of other stuff that I can't remember for the life of me now. I guess we're playing Athens, Georgia, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man.
So is Bandcamp pretty much your website then?
I guess so. And Instagram, I mean, I don't have a .com, but I'm on a bunch of the socials. Pretty easy to reach, and certainly easy to find. All the information's out there. It's 1 millisecond's worth of effort. It can all be unearthed.
Indeed, it can. I'll attest to he responds quickly to emails. Nice, concise. He's respectful.
Sure. I mean, we're all doing the same things here, so let's all work together and get it done.
Indeed. All right, Mike. I think I'm gonna start wrap this up here because.
My God, I can't wait to find out which one you choose. I suspect it'll be movies I like. And that's cool.
It could be.
Or you could twist this and turn it around on me and put something else entirely out there. Hey, who was easier to interview, Damon Packard or me?
Well, honestly, I gotta say, I researched for a good solid 2 weeks and wrote kind of an exhausting script for the one with Damon. So I would say you.
All right. Okay.
Thanks chatting.
Ben.
Yeah, take care.
Talk. You too. Bye-bye.
What's important to you is not important at all. You have everything wrong. You just obey the call. I'd rather be in a manic state, immersed in all life's pleasures. I know not of which you speak. I take it at my leisure. I'll never make another mistake. I'm in no position to. I have changed the situation. Something I can do. If I have to explain, spell it out in a song. You won't like the results, 'cause I'm right and you're wrong. This is my song, courteously spelling it out for you. I'm the guy who watches horror all day and then I fuck the night up. Fuck the night up. Fuck the night up. Fuck the night up.
All right, folks, that wraps up episode 11. Make sure to check out Major Entertainer at Bandcamp. You can get your Major Entertainer merch there. And check up on the tour dates for the tour with Neil Amberger. Take care.